To get parents more involved, I feel that we have to go to them. We can't have forums here and not across town. We have to meet their needs where they are. And that means visiting and setting up forums on the other side of town, right in their community where they feel comfortable. A lot of our parents don't feel comfortable talking to a teacher or coming into a school. So we have to educate them that this is their building, but we have to do it on their terms, where they live, not always in a place like this. We have to go to them. And as a school board trustee, I don't mind going across town, because I live on the south side, and having a forum over there just to educate parents that you are important and ways to help your children.
You know, we give parents a double message. We say, how come you don't participate? And then when they come in the door, what do you want? Parents, what did we do this year that was different? We had Saturday conferences because people go to work during the week. I didn't know that presidents don't have Saturday conferences, so we had one month. We had a conversation about whether non-citizen immigrants should have a right to vote in school board elections. Whether it ever happens or not is not the story. The issue is whether immigrants should feel that their participation in our school system is valued, right? More than half of our community are people of immigrant history, and we don't value them except for the taxes that they pay on the homes that they own, okay? Or the sales taxes that they pay. We could have an argument over that, but that's an issue, okay? The difference between an issue and a problem is when I have it, it's a problem. When a group of people have it, it's an issue. And there's a micro problem when it's one child in one school, but if it's in all the schools, it's systemic. And if it's statewide, it's somebody's fault, including the school district. And when they talk about a state right to an education, but they put it on our homeowners to figure it out, there is something wrong with that. That's an issue. That's a macro issue. It's not just a parent's problem. If we don't start organizing together because we're a community, it impacts the real estate guys who want to control our elections. It impacts the churches who participate in the elections. And the wonderful thing about what we're doing here today, I know they feel sad that we didn't fill a room, but there was a time in this district when we figured out who the trustees were going to be in a closed room. We're doing it where you can see it. And that is a wonderful thing. And this is a wonderful room. And every one of you has 10 friends that you're going to say, wasn't that a wonderful way to figure out who should be on the school board? And it doesn't mean that the people that are selected from Mount Vernon Board Campaign Action Committee are going to get elected. It means that Mount Vernon Board Campaign Action Committee cares whether you have an opinion and wants to know it. Isn't that a different way to pick somebody? And that was actually an idea that Ms. Wynn had. Being on the school board and seeing how other school districts did it. And I contributed my legal skills to incorporate that. I don't sit on that board. I don't make any decisions for that board, but I knew something had to get done. And the tuition that parents pay in a public school is participation. If you don't participate, you get what you pay for.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm going to answer this question because this one pertains to the school board. So as we get back to parent involvement, we hear a lot of solutions, but these solutions require dollars put behind them. So as I mentioned, with the money that is saved with the closing of the schools, a lot of people don't realize that I'm a real estate broker by trade. One cannot operate a vacant house with no tenants and expect to turn a profit. It's just real estate 101. We have a lot of organizations in Mount Vernon. They remain dormant, but they only come out when it benefits them. So I plan on reaching out to those organizations in the faith-based, the United Black Clergies, the Westchester Crime Stoppers, the Mount Vernon Political Action Committees. And so if you want to endorse candidates from the pulpit, we're going to ask you to get those parents out. We're going to call on you. You're taking a great a bunch of our money from the community. A lot of you have buildings in the community where we as taxpayers are subsidizing them. It's time to get a return on our investment. We've been investing in you, organizations, for years with no return. We can't do this. We're sending people to homes. All this requires money. It requires hiring people. You guys got to listen carefully. A lot of candidates here are blatantly telling you, I'm going to raise your taxes. They're not coming up with a solution on how to find the wasteful spending, to curb the wasteful spending, and come up with new solutions to increase the tax base. Unless we increase the tax base, we're going to have problems. Has anyone driven down Harrington Avenue at 3 o'clock? If the businesses all close at 3 o'clock, and a portion of our city budget that comes from sales tax, how can we maintain? We cannot borrow our way out of a deficit. Our bond rating is hurting now. We can't borrow any more money. The chance now we need to work with what we have, because $100 million of school budget going up in 10 years is more than sufficient. I will get in there, make the tough decisions. We will have the best parent outreach program in the state of New York.
Thank you.
But it requires us closing some buildings and finding other revenue sources.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to give the, you've taken the time to be here. Are there any questions that you'd like to pose to the candidates? Can I see show of hands if you have a question? Yes, I'll ask them to do that, just so, and I'll ask Micah to spell his name for the group, please. So would you reintroduce yourselves, just so the listeners can, the audience can hear who you are, and would you, Micah, because your name is the only name that's not represented on the form, yeah. Would you spell your name? Stand up, and then I'm going to ask the others to, yeah. So
Micah McOwen, M-C-O-W-E-N. Micah.
So do it again slowly, please.
All right. Micah, M-I-C-A-H. Last name McOwen, M-C-O-W-E-N. Come say hi to me afterwards. I live on Primrose, right there.
Micah McCoy.
Oh, Micah.
Yeah, so you can write his name on, Micah McCoy.
After you write it down there, you can come sign my signature petition.
Okay. Would you please, the other candidates, reintroduce yourselves? And if you have a question, you can come to the microphone. We can take a few questions. Yeah, candidates, please.
My name is Leslie, L-E-S-L-Y, last name Zamor. Z as in zebra, A-M-O-R. I live on Audubon Avenue in Mount Vernon, that's right behind the high school.
Wanda White, W-A-N-D-A, W-H-I-T-E. I live on South 3rd Avenue by Brush Park.
It's all right for you to applaud,
Samuel Rivers. I live on Rockledge Avenue, right off of 3rd Avenue, behind Longfellow Elementary School.
Brenda L. Crump. Crump is spelled with a C, C-R-U-M-P. I reside at 432 Dunham Avenue.
On the Elias Scoot side, I live at 351 Bedford Avenue, across from Graham Elementary School.
Now you have in your hand those yellow ballots. We want you to mark them